Some people are destined for great things, and others just hold the camera.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer and credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Sometimes some people just hold the mic.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're back.
Part two?
Part two? Why not? Right?
Skiddly-doo.
Skiddly-doo. Part two. Let's leave you where we left you. Where did we leave you?
About to bring a human being back to life, which
can't wait.
You're not supposed to.
It's in the title of the movie. Let's go. Let's fire it up, right? Bring him back.
Yep.
Throw him in the Lazarus pit. Let's fight Batman. Let's do this.
Yep. I was really hoping for Zoe to, like, once she gets her powers later, do like a classic Bane backbreak or something.
Right? Fight Batman. Just like, I was born in darkness. She doesn't do that.
Would have been awesome.
That doesn't happen though. Frank is all sorts distraught, and he's like, "I'm bringing her back. This is his turn into Frankenstein moment." And they plug her in, they stab her in the head, and they do the whole thing and get her all set up. And they try once, they flip the switch, and
camera girl, I need you to pull the switch.
Yeah, okay, intern.
Poor Ava.
And poor Ava. And she flips the switch. Nothing happens. Again, we're doing it again. Fire it up again. Let's go. More juice.
They do it again. Nothing happens. But then we notice the security guard's missing. So everyone's got kind of an oh shit moment. They're like, the guard's coming up here. We gotta hide. You're like, what?
The light's already off. So don't worry about turning the lights off.
And also, like, he's expecting Eva to be here doing stuff.
Right.
What?
That's a great point. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep, because she checked in with him downstairs.
Yes, that's completely right. It should be Ava and the dog, right?
Yep. But instead they hide and they like put a sheet over Zoe, and they're like, that'll keep her hidden. Yeah. Which, like, you would think a guy looking into a lab would notice a body on a table, like.
He's a cursory security guard, right? And I love they can hear his footsteps, which I'm like, how do they hear his footsteps in the hall? And then whatever, it's concrete and glass, but
yep.
So then the security guard passes away, and then not passes away and like dies, but
passes away. That's right.
He passes away.
Passes and then goes away. Yeah.
Okay, passes and then goes away. So he technically passes away. And then Frank goes checks the hallway, right? And we get our 7th jump scare, and he's like,
"Yep.
Coast is clear, kids." And as he turns around, the camera moves in with him. Like, we get our 7th jump scare, and we get the shot from the trailer. So she's just sitting up in the thing with her ghost costume on, Halloween costume. I'm alive.
Yeah. And Clay says, "Holy shit."
Holy shit. As he smokes a cigar from his vape. And then they're like, "Hey, go grab a blanket for her." And this is all seen from the trailer. It doesn't matter. Seen from trailer. And she's like, grabs his wrist and he's like, "Did I just die?" This
is also minor continuity error that Thais pointed out too. When they were reviving her, she was wearing a bra, and now that she's alert on the table here, she is not.
No bra.
Go find her clothes. Right.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, braless in wherever city they're in. Braless in Seattle.
Seattle, yeah. I'm assuming.
So we're now at the halfway point, 40 some odd minutes into this movie.
Yep.
And we're at the lab later, and we're doing some eye tests.
Brain hole.
Patch up the brain hole. We're doing some eye tests with a flashlight, the classic like light in the eyes. And then he's like,
she's totally fine.
She's good. She's good to go. Let's go. Let's roll.
Yeah, we should probably do some scans, but like, you're totally fine.
It's fine. We bring the dog home after we brought it back to life. We'll bring you home after we brought you back to life too. And then we get Ava coming in hot, being like, "Yo, what was it like? Did you see anything?" Blah 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 blah. And then we get a quick flash to like the nightmare. And Frank is like, "Hey, can we just relax with the questions here?" And then they realize that the guard is gone, right? And they're like, "Oh, we can get out of here, but let's do an MRI scan first."
So Clay, who is apparently the chief interpreter of MRIs here, he's like,
"Right,
I don't know. It's not right." It's like she's completely healed and there's too much neural activity, just like the dog.
The DOG.
Frank's like, no, don't worry. We just got to let the serum dissipate. And Clay's like, don't you understand? It's not going to. The serum didn't dissipate from the dog at all. And now, like, her whole brain's lit up. It's on all this activity. It's crazy.
And then we get the moment of like other characters leaving the scene. So then 2 characters can stick around and do some exposition about like sciencey stuff and like to make it sound like it's like official. And then this is where we get Nico, Donald Glover's character, telling Ava about the 10% it's a myth that humans only use 10% of the brain. It's not that they only use 10%. It's just that our whole brain is active, but we only use 10% at a time. It's like,
yep.
I just want to kind of just slap this movie in the face.
And he was like, but isn't like the whole brain lit up right now? And he's like, right. That's why this is fucking crazy.
That's what I just explained to you.
Yeah.
But thanks for being the audience for, everyone.
Yep.
Damn it.
Just the worst.
All right, somewhere in the lab kitchen loungy thing. Again, shot from trailer. We got Frank and Zoe chatting away. This entire scene is pretty much from the trailer where he gives her a necklace.
Going to the hospital?
Yeah.
And he's like, babe, they wouldn't understand. No.
They wouldn't get it.
No hospitals.
No, we're not doing that. And then she starts hearing his voice, right? Like kind of like she's kind of doing like a psychokinetics or whatever thing. And then they start finishing each other's sentences, and she's hearing his thoughts, and
she starts moving a little pencil with her brain.
Yeah, like a pen on a table. And it's kind of moving around. So she got some abilities. She's got some cool trickery going on here. She is Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Lights flicker. He leaves. Pen moves on the table, right? And she's having kind of a moment, and then she can hear. She then jump cuts to like all of the jump cuts, but cuts to like the whole team, and she can hear all their thoughts and what they're thinking. And
and everyone's like, "This is a bad idea. We should not have brought Zoe back. She's tapped."
And so I want to say this for ameliorating, but like even Frank though, he shouldn't have any apprehension about this. He should be like, "No, this is the dream come true."
Well, I think he can tell that something's not quite right. Like she seems off.
He definitely can, but like,
because
I'm saying
something's off.
They should lean into him being like completely mad and like he's the mad scientist. Yes. Like, but they don't. So it's like,
agreed.
Don't
that would be better.
Yeah, don't leave this wishy washy. And then she looks at her fingers and they're going moldy. They're going moldy.
Yeah, it's gross.
And then we cut to again. This is all from the trailer. There's not a lot that comes through here other than same stuff in the trailer. She's in the bathroom. She's like trying to wash her fingers. Blah blah blah. And she's hurt. She like pulls the bandage off her head, and the mirror cracks. And then there's like a split, like her normal face, and then like a scary face, and like the cracked portion of the mirror.
Yeah, and then spooky face.
Yeah, and then she's got like another vision, and then Rocky comes in. He's growling at her, and she's like focused on him. And then we cut to the hallway, and then
I think she dispatches him, right?
Yes, yeah. She definitely kills Rocky. Rocky's down. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Apollo
Get a good run.
Apollo Creed wins.
Yeah, two-time champion.
That's right. Rocky's down. Mm-hmm. And then we're back to the lab, and Zoe comes in hot, and she's like, "I don't think I feel."
Something feels wrong. In case that's not clear, listeners, she's like vomiting white liquid,
some white foamy stuff, whatever. And Frank's unfair. Like. He's like, she's like, I think I'm changing. And she goes on about her dream, her vision, her past there. And
she's like, when I died, I went somewhere.
For years. She said she went there forever. Yeah. And he's like, babe, you're only gone for an hour, babe.
Yeah. He's like, you're fine now.
And then we get the, he keeps saying this, I love it. But then we get the religious drop in here where she was like, it was hell. And she's like, that's what hell is. Reliving the worst moment on loop. The worst moment of your life on loop. And you can't wake up from it. That's hell.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you're here now. You're awake. You're fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Relax.
Have a glass of milk. Make yourself a sandwich. You're fine, babe.
Just silly.
Yeah, she's not buying it. And she kind of pretends. She's like, oh, thanks, Frank. Or should I call you Frankenstein?
They're like going to do more tests, but he injects her with something to help her sleep first.
Yeah, some sleepy sauce. And she glares at him. And he's like, this will just help you do blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
Yep. And then like Ava stands over her and is like watching her sleep, and like her eyes are twitchy and like,
yeah, we got her Zoe doing some more.
This part
fake
gets
sleeping.
Confusing.
Yeah, I didn't quite get to see that. Yeah, Ava gives her blanket, whatever, and then she gets like way too close to her face. And I was like, here comes jump scare number 9. Like,
right. But it wasn't a jump scare. She gets sucked into Zoe's mind, seemingly.
Yeah, well, yeah. So she goes in there, and then she turns around, and all of a sudden, the lab turns into the smoky hallway, into the nightmare. So now we're in like a dream sequence thing here, where now Zoe can project. She can change the environment and make people think that they're in a different place. some serious psycho stuff here going on.
Classic little girl. You shouldn't be here.
Ugh, like, come on.
Every horror movie trope.
Yeah, like come up with something new. Like, why does it have to be this?
Yep.
So then, like, Ava's like, yelling for Zoe and Frank, and then she sees the hands on the door, and the little girl in the hallway, blah blah, and it cuts like this white kind of blurry.
What's in your hand, little girl? Which will come back slightly later, but
yeah, it's a setup for a payoff that's just like, ugh, okay. And it cuts like this really bright white blurry thing, dolls on fire, and then Ava starts screaming, and then she snaps out of it, and she's on the floor in the lab screaming, and then everyone comes in, and then she describes the nightmare to Frank, Clay, and Nico, and you can clearly see Frank is like, I know this story. I've heard this story before.
He's like, she must have told you.
Yeah, and she's like, no, and then she's got like a cut in her arm, whatever, and then
it's the burns from the fingers that wrapped around her arm.
Oh right, yeah, right. And then Frank is like, all right, guys, I gotta tell you something. Zoe's childhood. He goes on and tells a story about how she was in an apartment building, whatever, and neighbors, place went up in flames and they were trapped in a fire, blah blah, and that's how they died. And then we get more mentions of DMT. DMT is the answer to everything. They just keep saying DMT.
Yeah, and Ava's like, Zoe said after you die, your body creates a compound that helps you move on. What if the door didn't open and Zoe's soul couldn't get out? And that's like, what if she's trapped in her own nightmare? You're like, oh my God. Thanks for explaining it again.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ. Like we know what's going on. We've seen the dream, the nightmare. We get it. Like we get it. God damn it. And like Zoe literally says, what if I'm just trapped in hell in a loop? Like, yeah, God damn
we get it.
Yes. I guess the characters have to like figure it out for themselves, and we're like, we know, but like,
I know, but don't show that part then.
So she's still trapped. Her soul's still trapped because religion stuff. And then Clay goes on about the serum and evolution, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Things take a long time because our brains can't handle it, but her brain's on overload because of the serum. So we get that explanation.
Like while he's bandaging up Ava, and like there was another little brief scene where Nico and Frank were out in the hallway, and Nico's like, I don't want to do this. We can't deal with this by ourselves. And Frank's like, relax, guy. We got this.
Settle down.
He's like, oh, okay. Like everyone just like immediately agrees to whatever Frank wants the whole time.
You're a mad scientist. That's what you get, right?
Yeah. But that's Clay's whole point was like, Zoe's brain is evolving too quickly. Like it's happening in minutes instead of millions of years. And then they like quick cut to Zoe before the next scene where she's like praying in her sleep.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay. And then we cut to a revelation moment where Nico, our resident hacker, I guess, he's like looking at the cameras again. He's like, "Oh, guys, guess what? Someone's been watching us for months."
And everyone's like, "It must be Krylonis."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bros.
Big Pharma wins again.
Yes, Big Pharma. Like, God damn it! Like, Big. What are you doing?
And so it turns out they know we're here, and so everyone's like, "Oh shit, we got to leave! Like, get all this stuff together, get whatever results we can get. Like, we got to get out of here right now.
We'll get Rocky," and that sets off the wait, where's Rocky?
Yep, exactly.
Rocky's dead, baby.
Then there's brief security footage of Frank walking around.
Yeah, we get Zoe still fake sleeping. We get flashes more of her nightmare, right? We get the crosses and shit, dolls burning, the wedding ring. And then
she levitates off the couch.
Yeah, she does a little Zool move there off the little Ghostbusters. Like she sleeps 5 feet above her covers. And her eyes snap open. They're like solid black. Yep. So shit's about to go down. So then Nico goes
like, "What's going on in there?"
Yeah. She's gone. She's gone.
But then she's also there. And then she's like, "You got to help me. You got to make me feel normal again."
Well, and the whole step too, because like lights don't exist in this place other than flickering ones. Right. So then he's like looking for an EMR room, and like of course the lights are just like flickering because it's a horror movie.
Right.
And then she sneaks up on him. Is like, "Hey babe, you gotta make me feel normal.
I gotta feel something again."
I'm like, "All right, let's do this right here." It's kind of weird, but
she's like, "You're the only one I can trust," and then kisses him, and you're like, "What? Why?"
Yeah, because like that setup, it just doesn't really pay off all that well.
No.
He's like, "But we just need more time, babe." And she's like, "Too late for that shit." She's like, "You don't know what you've done, but you will." It's all from the trailer. This is all from the trailer. Everything.
And she's working it out. She's like, I was trying to make up for that one. I did one bad thing, and I spent the rest of my life trying to do right and making it up for it. And like, I still ended up in hell.
Oh,
like, Like it's all fucked.
What's that one bad thing? I wonder if you lit the house on fire. God damn it. And then this is literally all from the trailer. Like Nico gets sucked into like the metal cabinet thing.
Yep.
All seen from like the security cam footage, right?
Squishes him, blood drips out.
Yep, and that's it. Nico gone. He gone.
So then everyone shows up and they're like, "Wait, where's Nico?"
They're looking for the dog. Where's Rocky? Where's Nico?
Yeah, and Zoe's like, "Oh, I think he's in the bathroom." And Clay's like, "I was just taking a huge shit and he wasn't in there."
F you, bitch. I knew he's not in there. I don't know. I'm just telling you what he said, right? And then Clay freaks out. And he's like, this is it. We gotta, again, voice of reason. He's like, run over go to the phone, like call security. Yeah. He's like, we gotta get out of here. And Frank's like, dude, you know what they'll do to us? And he's like, I don't care. Like, we gotta get out of here. And then Frank's like,
they're gonna chop her up in a lab somewhere.
And then we cut to her and she's like reading everyone's minds and she reads Frank's mind. He's like, I mean, that's what I would do.
It's pretty funny.
And then the lights go out again because but
that's what I was like,
they're already out.
There's so many different apparently different lights that we're not aware of because they like the lights go out and then they're like, oh no, the lights go even more out.
Like these lights are so out, it's not even funny. It's just be pitch black in there.
The outest lights. And
then we cut to the elevator and Frank and Claire are like trying to open the elevator door and like, how do we get out of here? Like, this is the only way, which is bullshit. There's got to be a staircase because you can't have just an elevator going down. Come on. Yeah. There's got to be an emergency exit, which should be stairs. So just climb up the stairs.
It's dumb.
Logic.
Yeah. And I love how like
logic, please. Olivia Wilde.
This whole time, like, yeah. And Ava's like, does this happen often? Like, do the lights go out like this all the time? And Clay's like, no, this is a super lab where we have infinite backup generators. And like, this literally never happens.
I love that explanation. Like, oh my God, what a terrible, like,
does this happen often?
Ava's character is so stupid. Like, oh, there's no cell service down here? Oh, let me explain why that's why there's the lights are out again? Oh, let me explain why that's like, God damn it. Jesus.
Yep.
So then we're back in the lab lounge here, and we got meanwhile back in the lounge we had Zoe and Ava having a staring contest, and Ava's not winning.
She's like, I'm gonna go find Nico, and Zoe's like, yeah, good luck with that.
And then Zoe gets in her head about like not belonging here, right? She's like, does a little like, yeah, you don't belong here because you don't not part of this team.
Some people are destined for great things, and other people just hold the camera.
Burn. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she does social media, so she's fine. And then
something about an elevator. Like, this is when Clay comes back, and like everyone comes back, and they're like, something about the elevator's not working or whatever.
Yeah.
And Clay's like, I demand to know what happened to Nico. And Zoe's like, oh, you want to know what happened to Nico?
Boom.
Vape down your throat.
You gonna yell at me? No, you're not. And
and they have her wink at him, which you're like, why?
Yeah, a little wink. It's a nice
strange choice.
Yeah, nice nod, a little nod. You're like, yeah, it's extra creepy. Yeah, so he starts choking on his own vape.
Yep. And Frank's like, oh shit, we got to help him. So Frank and Ava are like trying to find tweezers or something to try and pull it out from the back of his throat, which you're like, you're wasting precious seconds. Like, just use your fingers. Use your goddamn fingers.
Just put your fingers down and grab the thing and you pull it out. Like, come on.
Easy enough.
But Zoe doesn't give a shit. And
it's too late. Yeah.
He gone. And then the lights go out even further, which, by the way, PSA kids, I think this is all just a PSA for don't vape. You know, vaping's not good for you.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Pause for a moment of silence there. Okay. So then, the lights go out even further out.
Yep.
Again.
That's right.
So it's extra
Ava
dark.
Freaks out because when the lights go even more out, Zoe disappears.
Right. And then but then we have some lights flashing too. So I don't know. I guess they go out, but they don't go out. I don't know.
Right. And then even more darkness, even darker darkness. In between the flashing lights.
right.
And it's basically just Ava and Frank like wandering around this room being like, what's happening in this room? And like at various points in the flashing, Zoe's like behind them and you're like, whoa. And then we get the classic spooky stack chairs. Right?
Stacking shit because that's what you got to do. That is creepy.
Very poltergeist.
Yeah. Why would you stack stuff like this or float stuff, you know?
So dumb.
And then we cut to black, and then we wake up, and Frank and Ava are like just kind of under the rubble of the mess of like the room. Like what?
Why wouldn't Zoe have just killed them?
Yeah. Like
right then, right?
Like, you've already killed 2 people.
Yeah. Just
what's holding you
finish them
back?
off.
Yeah, what's holding you back? Like,
you stacked creepy chairs at them instead.
That's not.
Yeah. So Frank's like, we got to find a weapon. Like,
Jesus H. Christ.
Okay.
Ready?
And then apparently the lounge is also the morgue. Like, this is a little confusing for me because I was like,
I thought that was
they didn't travel very far.
I thought that was a vision thing going on.
Oh, me? Like, you think it was projected?
I think so. Cause like, yeah, I thought the same thing. Cause like they went from like being in this lounge cafeteria area to like then jumping right to the morgue. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, maybe she's just doing this. She's doing like a projection of
maybe. But then they do go to the morgue later. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's confusing.
Yeah. So anyways, they look for stuff to stab her with, and like they're in the morgue, whatever, and like there's zipped up bodies it's all from the trailer. And Frank's got a plan. He's like, I got a plan. And I'm gonna stab her with some stuff, juice here.
Ibutramide,
right?
Which is apparently what they use to put down animals.
Double shot of that to human. He's like, double dose. We good to go, right? And he's like, hey, if I don't, he's like, if I don't succeed, just make sure she doesn't leave this lab. No
matter what.
And then he literally just leaves Ava alone, and she's crying.
You can't put that on her. I
feel like together is in this moment. I feel like togetherness is the way to go, right?
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
But Frank walks out into the hallway and sees Zoe, who's like sobbing in the hallway.
Creepy Zoe. Yeah, creepy Zoe. Creepy crying.
Yep. Right. Just crying. And he's like, hey, babe, I'm not going to hurt you. Just want to talk, with like the syringe behind his back. Like, so subtle. Like,
and I think the lights go out even more further more out, right? Again.
That's right. And she says, oh, you're not going to hurt me? Then what about that syringe?
Jump scare number 14. She's like, boom, right next to him. He's like, yeah? What about that syringe in your hand?
Yep. So he puts it down on the ground. He's like, listen, babe, you're probably confused. You're scared. This is all my fault. We're going to fix this together.
Let's do it together, babe. This is how we fix this relationship, babe.
And she stares at him and she's like, do you still love me? And he's like, of course. And then she's like, then show me. And she like grabs his head.
Yeah. And does a little.
And you're like thought reading.
Yeah. A little thought reading, a little Jedi thought reading.
Which you're like, you don't need to grab his head to do that. We've already established you don't
have to touch him to do this.
And then she realizes that he was going to put her down.
That's right.
And so she like crushes his skull / breaks his neck.
Yeah,
it's both.
I was kind of hoping for some old school like Cronenberg kind of body horror thing moment there. I know it's like PG-13.
Like scanners.
Yeah, I was like, well, I was hoping for like maybe they pan back and like you get the wide shot of them in the hallway and like his head just pops. Like,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Give me that.
I was also hoping for that.
Is this movie rated R or is it PG-13?
PG-13.
That's why. It's for the kids. It's just for the kids.
There's very little gore in this movie.
That's what I was hoping. I was like, pop his head. Just give me that good old fashioned, body horror thing.
Give me a head pop. Yeah. God. Give the people what they want.
Yes, head pops. God damn it. Mm-hmm. Even if you pulled back, you don't have to show it all up close, but if you pulled back, you just showed like pop.
Yeah.
Nope. You got a lame ass neck snapping like a 80s action movie. Come on. Grow up.
Yeah, stupid. So then we get Ava like watching from the hallway and covers her mouth. She's like, yeah, crying. And then the lights go out even more.
Even
somehow.
More further out.
For like the 8th time.
I don't know how many.
And it won't be the last.
It won't be the last. I don't know how many lights are in this place, but they're all going out continuously.
Yep. That's what the $5 million was spent on. Lighting budget.
We need these lights to go out. The lights aren't even on. All right, then we're back at the
and then it starts to really go off the rails.
Yes, yeah, it definitely does, because like there's this there's kind of like a mini montage moment here of like bad science stuff happening. Zoe's doing some bad science, right?
She's like injecting her brain with more serum, and you're like
she's like
why?
Gearing up for like the big battle, right? And we cut.
It's a big battle against the intern. Like so stupid.
And she's like Captain America levels his serum right now, right? And she goes, her eyes turn like full on black. And then we cut to somewhere else in the lab, and we got Ava gearing up too, and she's like,
she's just like grabbing any chemical or anything she can find and like putting it in a syringe. You're like, I don't.
She's putting it in
her boot.
That's lethal. And then she puts him in her boot. I'm like,
which I was like,
What?
Seems like a good way to stab yourself.
The caps are on, Jared. The caps are on.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then she gets the call from Zoe. And Zoe's like, Ava. And then for like the next, I don't know, 10 minutes of screen time, it's literally just Ava walking around with a flashlight. They're trying to build tension. The lights are out. Yeah, like subtle jump scares, but like just building tension for like a good 10 minutes. And it's just like,
yep.
Oh my God. And a flashlight in a dark lit place. And then we got Zoe every once in a while.
Opera music back on.
Yep. The opera music is like, yeah. Zoe calling her name every once in a while, right? And this lasts for a very long time. Just her walking around with a flashlight and creepy noises, blah, blah, blah. And she pulls one of the needles out of her boot, pops the cap, and she's ready to go, right? And she's like, Zoe, show yourself. Show yourself. Yep.
And then
everything is
Zoe's
still
upside down behind her.
Yeah, and everything is like still for like a moment. You're like, here comes jump scare number 16. And like literally she turns around and there's Zoe like, yeah, blah, 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 suck your brains out. She's
Howard Dean thing.
Woo! And Zoe's full on. She's in full on darkness mode because she's serumed up, right?
Yep.
And then like,
well, Zoe like prays at her, which
right. That was like, and then then it's weird, and like it just cuts to like them in different spots now, and then like Zoe's doing like a
she psychic blasts her into the apartment hallway.
Well, but before that though, so she jumps behind her, and then all of a sudden she's like reciting some like Hail Mary or some prayer or some bullshit, whatever, because that's scary, right? And then it like cuts to her just doing like a fire from her hand blast into the nightmare, which fire from a hand. Can we see this? Like obviously the fire from she has got. God damn it, the matches. Oh my God. Fucking movies. Why do we watch this? Why do we do these? Why do we do this to ourselves?
It's almost over.
It actually really is almost over. This is crazy. So she blasts her into the nightmare, right? And then Ava's like looking for the little girl, and she realizes the little girl is Zoe.
Yep.
Right? Because obviously piece it all together. And she's like, hey, what's that you holding there? And lo and behold,
it's a matchbook. Zoe started the fire, obviously.
Listeners, you might be too young to know what matches are, because I don't know. Do we light things on fire anymore?
Yeah. No, the kids don't light anything on fire.
But with lighter, with like actual lighters, not matches.
Right.
Yeah, these things you could strike against a. Anyways,
yeah, they're all using like those USB-C rechargeable lighters now with like the arcs and stuff.
Right, the ones that go with their vapes.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, they're just using vapes.
Yes, that's it. You can't start a fire with a vape. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, challenge accepted.
You didn't hear from us. So then we obviously, which has been set up the entire movie, which we already know, is that the little girl Zoe started the fire in the apartment that killed her neighbors, and she's been living with this hell for her entire life, this burden.
And so behind little girl Zoe is the apartment explodes, and adult burning on fire Zoe walks out.
Yeah, that's where the 4 million went.
Yeah.
She was like, she's just burning up.
Yeah, classic Jean Grey.
Yep. And then really, right? And then Ava's like telling young Zoe, like, hey, this isn't your fault. You can open this door. Open the door.
It is her fault.
It is her fault. Like, let's relax.
Yeah. She's like, you can stop this. Open the door. Open the door.
It's already happened. These people are already dead. So,
but as burning Zoe gets closer, adult Zoe, kid Zoe does open the door and seemingly goes into the light. And we're like, oh, maybe that's all we needed.
That's it. Problem solved, right?
Movie solved. Like, I guess she is the final girl. Like, great.
The little girl is the final girl, actually.
Right.
Right.
But
no, we cut to real world, and Ava stabs Zoe in the chest with one of the needles. Yep, I don't know how that all worked out, but and Zoe's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, and then Ava's like, she goes for the kill shot with it right in the head with the second needle, back it up, right? Because Zoe's about to make a move on her,
and so Zoe's dead on the floor, seemingly.
Yeah,
and sirens that you can hear inexplicably in this lab.
We're like 4 stories down in the basement, like concrete.
Unclear.
Yeah. Olivia Wilde, we need to have a chat about logic, please.
Yeah,
because did you actually do some logic checking on this? Because
worst logic, please, of all time.
You're the worst. You're the worst cop.
Firemen show up, the real heroes,
right? The real heroes. Yeah.
And they roll in, and they're like, "Ava, are you okay?"
And she's crying.
Like, oh my God, Zoe killed all of them. And you're like, oh, it's okay.
I was like, if the police and fire department show up right now and there's like 4 dead bodies in this place and just this girl's alive, I'm like, yeah, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you're the murderer.
Yeah, you're the murderer. Your fingerprints are all these needles that are stabbing this woman over here. Yeah,
yeah, you're going down for this.
You're going down for this. We have it on all the security camera footage.
Yep. And then somehow the fireman hugs Ava, which I don't know if firemen do a lot of that, but
to secure someone down, and then
but she notices that Zoe's gone. The body's gone.
What? And then we cut back. The fireman's face pulls back, and guess who it is? It's a fire lady, Zoe.
Yep.
She back.
Zomo.
And then and then she literally just snaps Ava's neck.
Yep. Pretty funny.
Like I remember the moment happening. I was like, "Oh, okay." And then, but now, like thinking about it again, I was like, "That's really funny."
It was pretty funny, but it's also like, "Oh, all right. Well, maybe that's the end of the movie." Nope, not quite.
So then,
and we just have like we're back in the lab and we're like scanning around all of the dead bodies that
they're all lined up. Murdered. We got 5 dead bodies. We include the dog, right? So we got.
Somehow squished Nico.
Yeah,
totally fine.
Totally fine, just laying there. So we got Clay, we got Nico, we got Ava, and then we cut over to Zoe, and she's like juicing herself up, getting hit no steroids hard, right? And then we cut to the lab table, and who's on the table? Frankenstein.
Yep.
And then
she's hooking him up to the Lazarus machine thing.
Stabs him in the side of the head and gives him a little juice, and he snaps awake.
Classic. Yep.
The end.
The title card.
Straight up, you.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, nothing matters.
Yeah. Nothing at all matters. Like this doesn't. Nothing mattered. Nothing in this movie mattered.
Yep. Sequel that never happened.
Which this movie made $30 million on a $5 million budget. That's so much money. That's like sequel money right there. Let's go.
I know. Ridiculous.
That's it. That's literally the end. We're not joking.
Yep. So, time for us to ameliorate?
I was so pissed. I almost threw my remote at the TV. I was like, are you kidding me right now? That's how this is going to end?
Yep.
Actually, I was like that when she snaps her neck. I was like, okay, I guess this is how it's going to end. I was like, oh, there's more? I was like, no, we're not doing this, are we?
It got stupider.
Just when you think it couldn't get dumber, it did.
Yeah. The lights go out even more.
Oh my god! All right, yeah.
Even darker darkness. Well, because and then when she's plugging in Frank to the machine here, like it's like pitch black in the lab at this point, which you're like, why?
Can someone just turn on some fucking lights?
So irritating.
All right, Jared and Russ, ameliorate. How would you make this better? I mean, I know right off the bat what I would do, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what I would do. I would have given it a sequel, I guess. I would say fix it by making a sequel that's better.
I was going to say, my first thought is finish the movie.
Right. Finish your thought.
Yeah, don't like stop mid sentence and give us a little ... Like, no, I want to hear the rest of it.
Nope. Yep. So yeah, don't change a lot of it. Like I like the idea. Great cast, like good chemistry. Like
absolutely. You're
so many things to work with.
Yes, but how did you miss so hard? Like
I don't know.
Oh my god.
So,
I think like
more content, right? Like we're both on the same page.
This might be the moment where we're like, actually, you know what? Make this a little bit longer. Give us another 20 minutes of like just a little more depth for these characters. Like
raise the dead. Give us hell on earth. Like cool. Okay, now we've got a cool concept again.
Just give us something. Like I don't know, but like
she takes over Seattle with her zombie army or something neat.
Yeah. All right. So if we're not doing like a setup for a sequel, how would you just end this movie though? Like end it on like a note where like I'm not pissed off. Like I'm pissed off at the end of this movie. Like this is annoying. Like
right.
Like,
I think
do you go full in on the final girl moment and have Ava actually win?
No, I think you do everything that happened here, but instead of her like doing a zombie army at the end, you have like a the moment when she like sits up after she gets revived back to life, and you're like, that was all like a dream of like how this is gonna play out.
No.
Yeah, do it. Give me It's All a Dream. I want that.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. But better than this, actually, I would say. So
Right.
better than this ending. Yeah, the all a dream, like, oh no, that's no again.
Then you're like, oh, is that how it's gonna pan out now that they revived her? Like, was that how this is gonna, like, a telling of the future, or maybe it'll be fine. Maybe everything will be fine. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, because like it also feels hokey too, because like, well, she's like this all powerful kind of being at this point. So like, how are you going to beat that, right?
Right.
But it just feels so it feels so cheated. It feels such like a, I don't know. Come up with something. Don't just leave us like that. I can't think of something good right now, but just not this.
Yeah,
I'll take the dream ending, which is terrible, but I'd take that over this. Yeah, make it a little bit longer. Make Frank be like actually a little bit. He's too likable. Maybe it's just I think it's just Mark Duplass. Like, sorry, dude, you're a likable guy. I want to hang out with you. Like,
can't be unlikable.
Yeah, I want to have beers with you, even if you're being a total asshole. Like, I still have beers with you.
Yep.
Yeah, we need a more unlikable character. He needs to go all in on like mad scientist. I think.
Yep. Agreed.
Make it scarier. Like, I know they're aiming for a demographic like PG-13. Like, this is for like the teenage crowd. It's like, oh, jump scares are scary. It's like, no, let's grow up. Let's get some blood in here. Let's crush this. Like, literally, I want to see some head popping. Lean into like the body horror aspect. Like, you're bringing a dead body back to life. Go and lean all into like, let's go Cronenberg level of like body horror in this. Like, that would make this scarier at least.
Give Donald Glover and Evan Peters more screen time.
Yeah, like they're fun characters. They're also just good actors, and they were interesting.
Yeah,
man, that ending though. But I'm okay with the concept and everything, but just that ending was
not great. Like, really the worst case scenario.
Seriously, I know I texted you. I was like, this ending, this is ridiculous. I'm so angry right now.
This is the one. This is it.
Let's see, what else is there? Anything else?
I don't think so.
No, I'm fine with like the single location horror movie. Like, that's good.
Yeah. Could be great.
Yeah, Alien. I think Alien, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of movies that did it really, really well. But this one, not so much. Is that it?
Listeners, let us know. How would you fix it?
Yeah. Shoot us an email. Tell us, like, well, how would you make this better?
Yeah, don't watch this.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it. You've done your part. So,
yeah.
All right. I feel good about that.
Me too.
All right. Let's put this cadaver back in the old box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's put this living cadaver back in the box.
Cover it up.
All right. Thanks for listening. You made it.
Hey.
We'll be back next week, with a new movie. We're not sure what that is, but you'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram. It's This Meets That. We're ITMT Pod on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on the Spotifys. You can just follow us on there. Do that. And you can also share us with a friend.
He set us to auto download. That's always nice.
That's key. That's what the advertisers love.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Or you leave us a review. Advertisers also love that, and we love advertisers. Capitalism, products and services.
Yes. Maybe that's what we need to. They need to lean more. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going back to ameliorating here real quick.
Please.
Yeah, a little post thing here.
Yeah.
Maybe they really lean into the big pharma aspect.
Yeah, I like that too.
Big pharma has all the data. They've got all the stuff. Maybe we should cut to them in a lab somewhere. That's how you do it. You kill Zoe, right? You end it, and you're like, you think that it's over. You think it's all done and dead. Then you go to cut to a lab in big pharma. Really put the blame on them, and you show them doing the whole serum and bringing it back, and they do a test animal. That's how you do this. That's how you set the sequel. You finish this movie in a nice little box. You kill Zoe. You figure out how to do that, but then you cut to big pharma in a lab somewhere, and they bring back like a chicken or something back to life.
Yep, love that. Then you make it into like a Resident Evil thing. Then it's like an Umbrella Corp. Like,
exactly. Done. We've seen it. Anyways,
love it. Great call. So if you want to tell us stuff like that, rewrite the movie. Send us a script. We always want those. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com, or just go to the website. There's more than 250 episodes, lots of old stuff, lots of new stuff. We're always putting out the content, slinging tent left and right. Russ is slinging tent in his free time. He wrote that book, Host. Go buy that.
Do it.
You can find T-shirts, mugs, mouse pads, whatever you want. ITMT merch, we've got it. It's thismeetsthat.com. Check it out.